Hi Libra, this is part 2 of your astrology for October. Now, as we enter the second side of your chart, Spirit says this is all more or less going to be going towards that new moon energy that's going to be taking place on the 27th in Scorpio, starting off with that 7th house, because that's what they're pointing out to me right off the bat. Now, the 7th house for you, I believe, is Aries. Yeah. All right. The 7th house is all about your relationship zone. And anything you care about, you have a relationship with. From your loved ones to your children, to your parents, your family. But it's also your open enemies. But it's also your contracts that you have. Like I say, if you have a relationship with your money. When you have no money, you know about your relationship with the lack of money. So anything you care about that you have a relationship with. And the 8th house is about the rules that deal with those relationships. Sorry, I was sitting on my shirt. So it's also about the relationship rules within the relationship. Like joint finances, joint resources, joint efforts, joint finances. And are things actually fair and balanced? And how are you going to either shift that so that they are, or shift that so the relationship's over and start something new? More or less. The 7th house is, for you, Aries. That's also where you are taking part in the energy of the very full moon. All of that was being brought to light. But what you're going to be seeing is that's going to transform all the way over to the new moon from whatever it is you learned from that full moon. Because Aries has Chiron in it, and it also has Eris in it. Eris is trouble, toil, and strife. Injustice. I call Eris, Eris, which is in Aries, I call Eris Medusa. Okay? Where, she hasn't been able to be fixed and changed back because she's still holding on to trouble, toil, strife. She's been served injustice and she can't fix it. That's what Medusa is. Now, Chiron is also here. And this is where the wounded healer is trying to heal the situation on a normal level. And when I say normal, I mean like universal. Aries is a beginning point. It's an alpha. It's a starting point. So for you, you have very easy relationships at being able to start them. But if they fizzle out, you get bored with them. But also being Libra, you try to balance them and hold on to them when maybe you shouldn't be trying to hold on to them. Because it all depends on if the justice is really there and if the true real self is being able to be expressed, found, and known. Eris at this time being here, Chiron at this time being here, the full moon just coming through, is definitely asking you, to look at how you're going to heal this as you move forward. Where have you been handed injustice within these relationships? Trouble, toil, and strife that you're still holding on to, but you can't quite let go of. Chiron is there trying to help you learn what the mistake was that caused the trouble, the toil, the strife, that's caused the injustice, and how and what you need to do to heal it in order to move forward. You're also going to be feeling that, like I said, as you come through that new moon. Full moon. But this is going to be projecting you all the way out to the new moon, is what Spirit is saying. And new moons are all about how you create new beginnings, new goals, new directions. Whether it's a new beginning within a relationship or a brand new relationship itself. Something about that is going to be coming up as you go through this energy. Like I said, then it's going to be moving into your universal 8th house, where the rules of the relationships are actually touching base, that are going to go back to having that conversation with Chiron, the wounded healer of these relationships, and what injustice has not been able to be healed. Allowing you to allow your true, real self to come forward. And in the universal eighth, I mean, for you, that eighth house is Taurus. You have independence here. You have Uranus, independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom. But at this point, also in Taurus, speaks to you of self-worth, self-value, self-esteem. Vista is here asking you, what about these relationships serve your soul? Your higher self, your soul purpose, the soulfulness of you, because Vista is the soul fire. It's what you can't get rid of, the soul, and is asking you, where are you not paying attention to your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, and where in these relationships are they not supporting you in truly getting to know yourself, as well as honestly having joint efforts. It should be balanced. It should be joint finances, joint resources, joint efforts. And if it's not, then transformational healing cannot come forward because there isn't an even balance. So it's asking you, where is this relationship serving you as far as the responsibilities of the relationship? And where is it going to regenerate and have healing and move forward and grow? And where is it not? That was from Spirit. Now, as you come into the ninth house, this is your higher self, as I always call it. This is Gemini. For you, this is asking you, really, to get right with your ethics, your morals, your spiritual urges, but there's nothing in Gemini right now. So it's asking you, really, truly, where's logic versus will? Spirit is saying this is about your will. This is about your emotions and how they honestly feel and what that is, whether it's right or wrong, versus logic. But you have to understand, it's all about your will. And in this area, higher self is typically not about us looking at it on you know, how we will things. It's about a oneness level. But in this case, they're saying at this time, this is understanding that you will your own life. You will your own life. You create your own reality. And within what you have created, where are these ethics and these morals supporting you? Where are you tapping into your true self, your higher self, your higher wisdom, as well as your psychic energy, your intuition, your vision, your religion versus philosophy? Where are you willing the truth of your life and yourself, that higher self, those ethics and those morals to be? Where is it your will? Where are you seeing your true depth versus what everybody has told you has to be? Because there's not any planets here to influence it in any other way. Your universal 10th house is Cancer. This is very positive for you, though. This is asking you, though, because Cancer is nesting. Cancer doesn't come at things directly straightforward. It kind of comes at it from different side angles. But it's all about nurturing and nesting and wanting to see healthy growth. But this is asking you within the community, your friends, within your community, your larger groups, your friends, and your memberships. Where are those people, the right people, that support you realizing your true self and realizing your goals, your hopes, your wishes, your ambitions? Because this is about making sure you have the right people placed in these friendships, communities, groups, and memberships that help you find that at this time. Because the North Node is about either you learn this in order to move forward or you're never going to learn this. And that's your main key in that area. And then actually, that was more of, I was counting it as the 11th house, but I can still go with that. That was actually your 10th house. So I was asking you, where are these still the right people that support those goals, wishes, dreams? But this is more in the career area, more of your honor, your reputation, your prestige. So this is also coming into a financial level of this financial success, the financial foundation, and the responsibilities and the authority that goes outwardly. Still, do you have the right people in place in these places within your life is what that North Node is still going to be asking you about. Because in the 11th house is Leo for you, and you don't really have anything there. So it's going to roll right on into that 11th house, asking you still about those people. Are those people, community, larger groups, friends, memberships, helping you get to true realization of yourself, finding that career foundation, the financial foundation, financial success, outer world authority and responsibility that serves you? Are the right people there that's supporting you in that serves you for that? Or are they the wrong ones? Because with the North Node being there, even though it's going to be stretching into that 11th house with nothing there in Leo, it's asking you, really, are the right rules, laws, and boundaries set up to illuminate you in a proper way? Then when we hit the 12th house, which happens to be your subconscious, which is where Virgo is right now for you. What's in Virgo at this time is Ura, sacrifice and commitment. So this explains why everything about this has been about self-awareness. Everything about this month is self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, real self, true emotional security. Because your 12th house, where the skeletons are in the closet, that have skeletons in the closet about your hidden self, your unconscious depth, your karmic depths, your unconscious mind, your hidden self, your self-deception, self-undoing, self-sacrifice, your grief, your sorrow, your shame, your blame. Ura, or Jura, however you pronounce it, is sacrifice and commitment. She's the true wife of Jupiter. Jupiter is like the biggest planet, the biggest expansion, the biggest knowing of knowledge. It's going to take something that's really willing to not be just like all flirty and who go with it. Like Venus is all about sensitivity and emotional, how you feel good about yourself or how you feel bad about yourself. Venus is not about love. She teaches you about your sensitivity. Ura, or Jura, sacrifice and commitment, teaches you how to make it last. This is about healing the wounds that will actually bring a reincarnation to you and make it last. Are you willing to do the work? I love you guys. Bye.